Yo. Yo. Let's turn on this light. Okay. I'm having one of my days. And, you know, life's a box of chocolates, and sometimes you get a bad box. And you just have to toss that box away and not trust boxes for a while. And, you know, work on yourself. And then try a new box. You know? I'm just having one of those days, man. And I'm not trying to have one of those days. So that's why we're here. We're here to put on some makeup because that is the superpower of women. We somehow feel a little bit better after we do our makeup, and the fact that it took us a while and that it looks so good also makes us feel like we shouldn't cry it off, you know? So, hi, my name is Gabby Navas and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I'll wait. But if you're not, hi, how are you guys? I didn't really ask you guys that. How are you guys? How are you feeling? I'd rather talk about you guys than me, honestly. I thought I'd talk about the pros and cons of living in New York. I grew up in Jersey. I was born in New York. I was born in a big city. New York, New York. I don't know if the hospital's still around. I think that one was knocked down. But my parents moved to Jersey. They moved to Jersey, to Newark, actually. I moved to another spot in Newark, and then I moved to Fort Lee, and then I moved to New York. And now I'm gonna be moving back to Jersey. And I'm excited. I'm excited. It was a big change. It was a huge, drastic change of lifestyle that I had to go through. I don't have a car anymore. I take the city subway. Like, I didn't do that ever in life. Like, coming to New York when I used to live in my parents' house was illegal. Illegal! And especially by the train, by yourself, as a woman, as a pretty woman. Illegal! So, moving to New York was just very scary to me. I was scared. I was acting very scary. Like, I didn't want to walk my dogs by myself for the first few months that I lived here. I moved here March, I want to say. April? I want to say March, like late March, early April, around there. And for the first few months, like, I did not want to step out. And mind you, I live in Long Island City. Like, it's a nice, really nice area. We're not gonna get into how or why or any of that. Like, yeah, this is my living situation currently. And it took me a while. It took me a while to get used to it. It took me a while to get comfortable to the city life. Like, it's very different, and the people here are very different. So yeah, let's just talk about the pros and cons now that I've lived here for a year, and now that I'm gonna be going back. Like, let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about it. The first pro, you can literally go anywhere at any time, unless you live in like Queens or like the areas that just don't really have much of like train access. Where I live, this is talking about personal experience, okay? This is personal pros and cons, okay? Personal pros and cons of New York. So I can't be wrong. I can't be wrong, can't be canceled, no. Mind your business. If you don't like it, no! You can literally get anywhere. It's like so accessible. And like, if you're one of those kinds of girls or guys that like the nightlife and stuff, like, New York City is for you. I'm not much of a nightlife kind of girl. Like, I really rather just stay in and like watch some Netflix. I'll go out if there's plans, but I'm not one to like go out and look for plans. Does that make sense? I have a lot of friends that kind of want to go out every Friday and Saturday and like look for an event to go to. I'm more of like, oh, there's a birthday party, oh, there's a group of friends that are going out, like, cool, then I'll join. But I'm never one to just like, hey, I'm going out Friday, want to join. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The cons. You can get around in an Uber, you can get around in, I guess, your own car. You can get around in a train. But I don't own a car because that means you have to have like $700 laying around for a parking garage like spot. And that's like if you win in the raffle. There's not a lot of parking garages that's close to where I live. So like I'd have to like take one train anyway. So it would be $700 for like a parking garage spot, on top of insurance, on top of gas, on top of bleh. And then you're mainly wasting the gas on traffic. So I don't own a car anymore. Moving back to Jersey, I'm gonna have to buy a car again. So yeah, it's just a lot of saving, it's a lot of work, it's a lot. But yeah, the cons of being here is that there's no point in owning a car, which is why I had to give up my car. Like, there's no point in owning one when you live here. And if I was gonna live here forever, like, cool, whatever. But I really wish I had my car. I miss him so much. All right, let's say you have that like $1,000 extra just laying around. No, I'm kidding. Let's say you do have that extra $1,000 laying around, right? You'd still be wasting most of your time. Wow, I'm really just talking instead of doing my makeup. You're really just wasting most of your time on parking tickets because yes, you will get them. I don't know why, but New York is like impossible to park legally anywhere except on a Sunday. Sundays are good days, except you'll probably never find a parking because everybody knows that Sundays are a good day. It's free parking everywhere, except for parking garages. These are for like meters and stuff. And like the 2-hour parking limits, like they don't count on Sundays. You're gonna be mainly wasting your time on looking for parking in traffic. And it just, I don't know, it just was never worth it to me. Except I love road tripping. So the fact that it wasn't worth $1,000 monthly to like bring my car here, it's like I can't get anywhere else except for New York City. Like New York City's like, no, you're my people, you're staying here. Why? Because it's inconvenient to go anywhere else. Like I find myself being one of those girls that are like, hey, if you're heading to New Jersey, let me know. I hate that. I love just being able to do things myself. I love having my car. I love being, you know, I got me. I take care of me. I don't like relying on anybody else. Yeah, and that's another thing I wrote. $1,000, $500 more, and you can basically rent out like a little like house or an apartment space in Jersey. You can do all that, and they'll give you a parking space with utilities, and you'll have a washer and dryer in a house. Just saying. Just saying. Not too much, not too much, not too much. Okay, okay. New York is great. New York is great. New York is great. The pros, they like a lot of buildings, not the older ones, but the newer ones, they have really tall ceilings. So like you don't feel like you're in an apartment, but the cons is that with these tall ceilings, where am I gonna get curtains long enough? And let's not even talk about the fact that none of these apartments have central lighting. None of them. You're lucky if you have central AC and heating. No, like I literally live in a cave once it's dark out. I have to bust that light on, bust a couple of these lights on. I have another light on the floor, but it's like it takes up so much room on the floor, and you don't even have that much floor space to begin with. Like the apartments you get for like $2,000, you can't even get an apartment for like $1,000. $1,000, you get like a room. Yeah, not even a studio. Wow. You can get a 3-bedroom for $3,200 in Jersey. But yeah, New York. New York. All this rent, no lights? That's a little ghetto. A little ghetto. You guys are so high tech and oh, boom to the boom to the boom to the boom, but no lights? I don't know. Another pro that I found living in New York City is that the money here is not raining money, and it's also not pouring out liquid gold, but the job opportunity, I will say, is a lot better. Like you earn more. Tip is great if you're working in that side of the workforce. Real estate's great if you're working on that side of the workforce. Anybody in the architecture industry or construction is always booming. I never have a day that where it's not just beep, 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 beep. Like, never, not once. But then the con comes right in with the rent, you know? The rent, the cars parking, the prices on food. It's just ridiculous. Living here is expensive, which is why like pay is so significantly different than Jersey, because the quality of life here is a lot different. You need to earn a lot in order to survive in these cold, cold streets, okay? Okay. The next pro. Summertime is great here. Like, it doesn't really get too hot, and when it does get too hot, there's a lot of buildings, there's a lot of shade. On the weather app, it'll probably read like 85 or 95 or whatever the weather may be that day. And it just doesn't feel that way because of the amount of buildings everywhere and like the wind tunnels that are created. Yeah, you're always getting a gust of wind coming from some angle. Like, it's never gonna be that hot of a day unless you're like in the little park areas like Bryant Park or Madison Square. It's nice and hot, but it's not too hot. It gets hot, but it's not too hot. Especially when you're on like when you're in the area where it's by the water, it's super windy. Like, it's actually almost too windy, which there's the con. It gets so windy, and the gust of air isn't gust of air, it's just gust of dust. Like, there's so much construction happening at all times and just like so much just garbage everywhere that the gust of dust, you'll be like this. Because it's just dusty. It's disgusting. Like, you normally, when you feel a nice warm breeze, you're just kind of like, in New York, it's like, you know, like New York tries its best with like the cleaning machines, because I hear them Jones every morning. Every single morning, like clockwork, you know? So like they try. It's just, you know, the people just littlebugs. Littlebug. You know, I didn't know it was illegal to throw away your cigarette butt. Like, I didn't know that counted as litter because like everybody does it and it's everywhere at all times. Like, why isn't anybody getting written up for this stuff? Like, then show me that it's illegal. No, I'm kidding. Sis, do better. But also, where are you gonna carry that butt? That stanky butt. Where you gonna carry that stanky butt? In your pocket? No. Cause it is nasty just seeing it everywhere on the floor. I don't appreciate it. And I hate the smell. Another con. It smells like cigars in New York City. Like, I don't know. It just has a distinct street busy work smell. Like that busy man smell. And a busy man always has that cigarette, that cigar. It's just, ugh. If you're not the kind of girl or guy that likes like nature and stuff in the summer, the city is for you. Quiet on set! Bang, bang, bang. Cuando yo digo quiet on set, ¿qué significa? Significa que todo el mundo hace el shut up. Now relax, mommy's filming. Uy! You're licking the primer off, sis! There's so much to do in the city. It's just really, really good for the holidays. The con is that everybody knows it's really good during the hot times and the holidays, because everybody and their international aunties, grandmas, uncles, nephews, nieces, dogs, cats, neighbors, they're all out here. Everybody is out here during the hot times. So it's like, you thought traffic was bad before? You thought the trains were filled to the brim before? Now you got tourists not knowing how to act when there's 3 people touching you at the same time in the train station. Or in the train itself, in a moving train. People don't know how to act when there's lines wrapping around blocks. But y'all are the ones coming here. Y'all are the ones causing all of that commotion, but y'all want to be the ones complaining? Sis. Sometimes you really gotta look at yourself and be like, am I the problem? Am I the problem? Are you gonna sit here the whole time, Willow? I mean, that's cool and all, but. Thank you. All right, let's just do one more, right? Let's do one more. If y'all want to see the rest of the list that I have of the pros and cons of living in New York City, let me know. You know, let me know. Let me know in the comments below if this was entertaining at all for you. I'll make another video of the rest of the list. But another good thing about living in the city post-COVID, I'm not sure how it was before COVID, but post-COVID, is that they got really dog friendly. Everybody and their moms. Everybody has a dog now. Yeah, they do live in these apartment buildings, and a lot of these apartment buildings offer like little dog areas within the buildings. So it's just nice. Honestly, the only reason that I was comfortable with living in the city with my dogs, even though like whenever I go to my mom's house, like I bring them with me and they love the backyard. They love the park that I have by the house. Like it's just better. Just a better way of life, I feel, to this day. So the con is that people in New York City don't really have dog etiquette. Like they're learning really well on how to coexist with a dog, but they don't know how to communicate to other people with dogs. Like, why is it that your dog is approaching my dogs when you're seeing them barking, and why are you still smiling about it? Like, that's weird to me. You don't see the warning signs, the red flags? No, like this is how you live your life, just hectic and reckless? Like I'm not following. I don't know. It's just very weird. Very weird. Very weird. In New York, in Jersey, you don't really deal with that. Like everybody knows to like not come up to another dog unless you ask, or like, I don't know. There's signs of a dog that's allowed to go up to other dogs, and there's just, y'all are just weird. Like, and then you guys also want to complain about a dog barking when you live in a dog building? You're just weird. That's weird to me. You're weird for that. Absolutely. You read the signs. You saw a dog-friendly building, right? You saw that and you thought, hey, let me live here without a dog. It'll be nice. And it is nice. Until the parents leave and the dogs are alone and they start barking at birds and other dogs and cars and noises. Like, this is all normal for a dog owner, and that's why I don't complain, and that's why you don't see me causing a ruckus. But the amount of complaints that I've gotten, and for what I leave for a part-time job for 3 hours. You're telling me 3 hours my dogs are just anyways. Yeah, I feel better. I feel a lot better since before this. And yeah, if you ever need to brighten up your day, just get your makeup out. Get your makeup out and give yourself a reason not to cry. Those weren't all of them, but that was all the ones that I can get to, that I have the energy for, that I have the emotional capacity for. Just one of those days, but you know, here we are trying. If you guys like this type of content, give it a huge thumbs up and comment down below what you'd like to see next. Turn on your post notifications so you're notified every single time I post. And yeah, bye.